In this lesson, we'll talk about our sense of hearing, also called audition, which is an essential component of our ability to perceive and interact with the world around us. While vision is an incredibly important and useful sense, allowing us to perceive our environment at a distance in exquisite detail, it has a significant Achilles heel. Put simply, the important stuff, like, say, a predator who wants to eat us, or a car that's about to run us over, isn't always in view. Things can be behind other things, or they can be behind us, or they can even be in plain sight, but blended in with their surroundings. Nature has developed many tricks for evading the sense of vision, and there are many naturally occurring situations where vision alone doesn't cut it. Thankfully, even when we can't see an object in our environment, we can often detect its presence and even locate it by listening closely and following the sounds it generates. Our sense of hearing is a window into an unseen world all around us. Just behind that rock, moving softly in the grass, behind us, far away, or too small to see. Like most of our senses, it's easy to take audition for granted, but it's a truly remarkable sense. Not only can we detect and locate isolated sources of sound, but we can also distinguish and filter out different sounds in the environment in a way that allows us to interpret what's going on all around us. Imagine walking down a busy street. The cars are driving by, people are talking on cell phones, a dog's barking across the street. Our ears are bombarded with all of these sounds at once, mixed together, and yet we can identify the source of each sound separately, and we can even focus in on just one sound, say the phone conversation, if we want. Evolutionarily, it's clear how the ability to react to sounds in the environment would provide a significant advantage in terms of survival. But in humans, this ability has evolved even further, becoming an essential part of our everyday communication through language. And interestingly, human hearing has also evolved to allow us to do even more than just survive and communicate with words. For example, the melody of a song or the sound of a particular instrument or a particular rhythm can evoke strong emotional or even physical responses. It's unclear what evolutionary pressures shaped our ability to perceive music, but music is found throughout all human civilizations, and it is undeniably an essential part of culture. Not surprisingly, when the sense of hearing is lost, it can have devastating effects. For instance, in many cases, the most damaging effects of age-related hearing loss are social ones. The loss of hearing can lead to isolation and depression as the ability to communicate is lost. In this session, we'll explore the nature of sound, as well as the physical and neurobiological mechanisms that translate sound into meaningful neural signals in the brain. We'll see that much like the neurobiology of vision that we explored in the last session, the neurobiology of hearing is characterized by a series of distinct stages, which we'll overview here briefly before diving into detail in each. Sound pressure waves in the air are transduced into neuronal activity in the sensory periphery, in this case the ear, which contains elaborate structures that turn vibrations in the air into mechanical movements in an organ called the cochlea. The cochlea contains receptors that convert the mechanical energy of the sound waves into chemical and electrical neurotransmission signals. And deeper in the brain, these signals are relayed and integrated before reaching their final destinations in the auditory cortex, which is located in the temporal lobe. And in cortex, the sound information is analyzed, allowing us to identify different sound sources and to interpret speech sounds. By exploring the steps of audition one by one, we'll begin to appreciate how complex our sense of hearing is, and we'll deepen our understanding of the biology of sensation and perception and how it's relevant to our daily experiences.